Inspiration Nation. Hello, Lee Kemp here for another week on a podcast. Back with Jose Noya. Sadly, I say sadly, Ryan Boniface cannot join us. I would make his excuses, but he sent me and Jose a picture of him sitting outside in a beer garden with a pint about half an hour ago. So I have
I
less
was so
sympathy
jealous of
than I
that.
would on the usual week. Indeed.
Oh, I really
Indeed.
liked that. Yeah, that
How are
looked really
you?
nice.
How are you, Jose, other than not in the
Yeah, I'm
pub?
good. Oh, yeah, I would like the beer though, to be fair. I really do like that. But you, how are you getting on?
I'm good. I am good as well. Right, I understand, Jose, you were the man with a plan this week. So what
Yeah,
are we chatting about?
so I've discovered a pattern about myself, and I just want to introduce what this pattern
Ooh,
that I've discovered, and I want to share it because I've been having lots of reflections about my coaching journey and all of that. So I've come up with a little bit of a philosophy in 4 lines, which I quite like. And that is 4 lines are: grow with curiosity, compete with courage, serve with generosity, and enjoy the journey.
okay.
And that's what it is. So I'll just
So
go
what's
through
the
it a little bit.
background?
So
What's the background to this then
so
with
the
your
background to
pattern?
this is grow with curiosity was me. I always want to be the learner. I always like trying to sort of want to try and learn new things. And then compete with courage for me is the tennis. Is having that time just go out there and to compete well, even though you don't win necessarily. And then service obviously comes back to the coaching piece around, well, I want to serve people and then enjoying the journey, actually just enjoying that process that we talk about all the time. And that's the context really behind it. So I just wanted to sort of share that with you and our audience to see whether it resonates and whether, yeah, any of that links to you, which I'm sure it does, because we are growing curiosity every single week. we bring different things to the table. So I think that's definitely one, and the coaching, of course, is part of the plan as well in terms of this particular podcast. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think. An audience where you're on TikTok.
So when you say you spotted a pattern, is this the pattern? Is this you articulating that kind of mantra of you
Yeah,
and
I mean,
life and how you are?
yeah, I think this sums it up really. What I want, what I think I do, but also
Ha,
what
you just
sometimes I
said
do
do do.
fall off though. But I do,
Ha.
and also what sometimes I fall off, and and this is quite a nice reminder of what I need to stand. And actually, these are the things that light me up. Is the word? Is it? Where or when I'm doing those things, they really do make life a great thing. And I think that's what it is, and that's why I like these patterns. And I think it's really simple as well, around 4 things. Yeah, so that's where it's come from.
So you're consciously aware of that now. Do you consciously fall? Do you have that moment where you kind of snap back and you're not quite you, and you not necessarily having framed them, but where you said it's that reminder, is that kind of what centers you back to yourself?
Yeah, it's what I've just discovered actually this week, another pattern. Because when we talked about inspiration, didn't I? And
Yeah.
it was just one word, and did that work with built to. It was actually your one word, and built to serve, which is the Evan Carmichael reference. But this is something that's evolved since then. I mean, that was probably what 4 or 5 years ago, perhaps. So this is another pattern that I've spotted, which I think is really cool, and it's something that I think I can come back to as well when I think I'm off track. I can go, well, am I being curious, or have I got to a level where I just think I'm just going with it? I'm just treading water. Not that that's a bad thing. I think sometimes plateauing and just staying steady is good, but then have I got too comfortable in that space? That for me is a really important one. Um, and the service is clearly important to me. And just enjoying the moment, right? Sometimes enjoying the journey you're on. Sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. And I think those things are good. And of course, the tennis, I think the compete with courage is the last one, because that's the tennis over the 5 years, the tennis journey I've been on, where be courageous. I've been working on just hit the ball, just trust yourself, all that lovely stuff. So it just seems to fit lovely together from my point of view. And I just thought I wanted to share it, as I said, to see if anyone else gets value from it, really. So, yeah. And it's interesting. The AI Samurai on TikTok has just said this is really a coach shares a personal philosophy for growth. Share your own. Quite like that.
Love it,
There you go.
love it. The reason I about the snapping back thing is I've got something similar. It comes from a song lyric, as you know, I like stuff from song lyric. So in
Mm,
my in my little man cave room here that you can't see on YouTube because I have it virtual Inspiration Nation background in the back. Jose Noya Inspiration Nation, to stick him in your Google machine, YouTube and TikTok. If you want to see some of that going along, just give him a follow. But I'm going to get round, and it's actually now only a couple of weeks away from having been where I am for well over 2 years now, that I'm going to decorate in this room. And there's a couple of things I want to get framed on the wall. And one of them, there's a couple of quotes going around, but they're all in the same vein as like the Steve Jobs "Don't be afraid to be a renegade" quote, which is to remind me to be different and to think outside the box and to experiment and do all those sort of things, which I think is core to me. And the second is a lyric from Daft Punk song, or the top. Yeah, it's a. I don't know how it's going to look. I think I'm going to make one myself and get it created, but it's a lyric from the Strong, Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger. And that's mine.
Yep.
That's my snapback. Because I think I talked about this in the previous episode, but the actual 4 lyrics from that bit of the song is: work it harder, make it better, do it faster, makes us stronger. And that's my snapback. Because actually, every time you try something, you learn, you understand, you do it again, you're a bit better, and that's my thing. Is everything I'm doing, I'm just getting better, and I'm getting better. And when I feel like I'm struggling or something's not worked or all that, it's that reminder of it just gets better and gets better, and just keep doing it, just keep doing whatever you're doing and roll it through. So in that same way as you fall off and then you center yourself with those 4 things, the harder, better, faster, stronger is definitely mine. That's my thing to bring me back to, we're on a journey, it's all practice, keep going, keep doing it. And I think and again, when I talked about podcasts before, that's core, I think, to me and how I treat things and how I do things. So I say it resonates with me strongly because I've got the same thing in terms of something short and snappy that brings you back to yourself. And mine's 4, well, it will be, I'd have the 4, I say sentences, they're 3 words each, but them on there, like you've got the 4 in yours, so it aligned really, really well.
Yeah, because I think it's important, isn't it? I think it's quite nice to have a personal philosophy, and this is why I think you've got one.
Yeah.
I've got one. I mean, inspiration was the the word, but I just built back. It's just really, it was this week, it was last week that this come up, which I really love the pattern, and I put it in my phone now, and I've just named it my philosophy, so I can just have that there. And when I'm not feeling it, or when I'm thinking, oh, I just don't know if I'm there, I can just look back at it and go, what one of these is missing? What one of these is missing?
Yeah.
Because that's where, maybe, for instance, sometimes I notice actually when I don't go to tennis, if I do feel, oh, I'm not the same. I just feel a little bit off. Like at the same time, if I get to a point where I'm really plateauing too long, what's the point of everything? What's the point of things? And that's when I know, oh, I know what's happening. This will just remind me to go, oh, I've got to keep growing. What can I be learning about? What can I be curious about? What's the next level of that? And in fact, I found that with my coaching, where I'm now starting to get another level of coaching where I'm challenging myself on how I could get even better at the craft. And that's sort of re-energized my coaching, which has been fantastic, actually. And yes, so I've really enjoyed that journey. So, and it's really interesting when I've reviewed it, I thought, oh, I like that. So I just know that if I stay on a plateau too long, it's just not good for me.
Yeah.
It's not good. I need something more to aim at. Not that I'm not satisfied. It's just I need something to grow. I do need to be growing. Otherwise, I just think, But at the same time, enjoy the journey. So there's that almost that paradox where there are times when you've got to recognize you've got to enjoy where you are, but at the same time, you've got to recognize when you've almost come to that point where, oh, now I need to start to go again. And that's really what I love about it. Yeah. It's like, and that's what I like about yours as well. There's things that resonate with us. And I think that's what I love. That's just a little easy reminder of, why do I just feel a little bit off? Something we research, maybe, we try and blame external things like, oh, it's because of that person down the street or our work or whatever external factor. We can actually come back inside ourselves and look inside and go, actually, what is it really? Is it that, or is it that I've just let something slip a little bit?
You look like you've just had an epiphany yourself there as you're talking this through.
No, it's just talking it through actually is really helpful. And again, it's like coaching, isn't it? It just clarifies everything, doesn't it? And it just, for a simple thing like this, like you said, Lee, with yours and ours, it's very simple. to be complicated, because as we know, we do love it to be simple, because it's much easier. We talked about this the other week, didn't we?
We did keep it simple.
Yeah, and so I just I love I love that analogy, and I love the simplicity of it. And I think sometimes we tend to overcomplicate a philosophy, and you can get whole books written. I've read tons of books, you know that, and you can sometimes get lost in the noise where you just need to focus on the things that resonate with you. And I think this is really, after all these years, it's something that's quite nice and distilling. Like the inspiration, like I said, the inspiration is, my one word, but this sort of builds off the back of that in a very simple way. Yeah, and I quite like it.
And I was going to ask what
That's
you
what
do
it's
with it,
shared.
but you said you've got it on your phone, haven't you? It's like there as a constant
Yeah, I've actually
reminder.
I've saved it in. I've actually got it saved in my phone as a folder, and I've called it my philosophy, so I can just go back to it and go, let me look at that. And I'll just go in and I can look at it. I feel off, right? Let me go to that, and that'd be my trigger to go. Am I doing any of these? Am I doing for any of these four, or which one of these four am I not really doing, which I need to do? Yeah.
Do you know what I want to see, Jose?
Yep.
I want to see your virtual backgrounds you've got there for Inspirational.
Yeah.
I want to see them on there. I want you to do a new background, and I want them to be a part of it, and I want it to be a constant reminder for us.
I'll have to have a look at that one. But this is another quote, isn't it? You know, I had this back in the background, and I still think this is valid. I mean, again, it goes, if I look at this one at the back of me, which is the Make a Difference, it's still valid because it's about, serving, isn't it? This is about service. And that's perfect, But I know what you mean. It'd be nice having that. But I quite like this background.
I'll give you some awkward homework there. You don't like it, do you?
I just love this. I just love this background. I just think it really speaks well. But maybe is it?
Maybe I'll get us one, and I'll put yours and mine on there, and we'll get something from Ryan.
We'll do something,
and we'll have a little reminder.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Maybe there's something we could combine them all, maybe, or something, or get your favourite person to combine them all and see what it comes up with, like mushing it all together. See what the patterns are together as a three, that would be fascinating, wouldn't it? And maybe that'll become the thing for the pod.
Maybe.
Quite like that idea.
Look at that! You diverted it away from changing yours, and I'll change mine.
No, like I'm not averse to it, but I just really like this. I think this is I still think this quote is it's still very relevant, and I love it that's in the background. I love it that it's got the T-shirt. I love all the things that it'll represent who I am, and I just think this bolts onto that as well. But this is that, isn't it? If you think about it, you've got Ted Lasso here, growth, right? You've got this period of success is the growth piece, right? And this is basketball from Ted Lasso. And that's about competing with courage, isn't it? You probably find courage on there. I wonder if it's probably on there. Competitive greatness is there. It's right there. Like, so whether that's osmosed, is that a quote? Is that an actual word?
Definitely made up a word there.
Osmosed into my brain.
It's osmosified itself in.
Osmosed. But that's interesting, isn't it? Isn't it funny that if you surround yourself in those environments, these things tend to.
This is why I want to put my ones up on the wall. I want it to be there as just that constant, subtle background. Not only, the constant, subtle background reminder, but it's a little bit of me kind of wearing it on my chest with pride as well. Like, this is me. This is who I am.
Yeah, I love that. And I think we need to wear more of that. And I think these types of things that we have, where are you going to put yours? You said where do you have yours? Your personal philosophy? Did you say where you have yours?
It's going to go on the wall behind me. It's not there at the moment. But it's going to.
You did say, yeah. That'd be really cool.
I like that as a title for this episode. Where are you going to put yours? That's what we're going to call this one.
I quite like that, yeah. In a good way.
Where are you going to put yours? Open brackets, philosophy, close brackets.
Yes, I love that. Yeah, that's all I've got really from my end. What about you?
I like that's a real because we do a lot like we said, this is our personal journey thing, which is why I like having our things on the wall as well. But that was like super introspective. This wasn't, here's a quote that resonates with me because of this, or here's someone I saw that inspired me. This was, I've been thinking about me, and I went really deep on thinking about me, and then I tried to summarise or conclude what I was thinking about me, and here it is. I like that. That's like total internal, isn't it?
Yeah, I just, and it's just something that really resonated. So, Yeah, and I think it's always that evolving, isn't it, as we go through life? And I think this is another phase of that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So give us your lines one more time, Jose.
So, grow with curiosity, compete with courage, serve with generosity, and enjoy the journey.
That's it. Grow, compete, serve, and enjoy.
Or like the way you just picked out the first. Or like
Jose.
that.
Well,
Isn't
it
that
kind of fits with
good?
mine. That's how, again, accidental, but that's how mine
Yeah, I
is. So I
like.
like. I'm going to work. I'm going to work on some little graphics for us, and we'll do that and probably share it in the nation. Everyone out there, if you are inspired by Jose, and who could not be, and what we talk about each and every week, appreciate all the support. Follow us whatever you're listening on: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, blah blah blah, on and on, wherever these things are. Just make sure you follow the show. Make sure you leave us a review. Just have to click a few stars or whatever they give. You don't even need to leave some words, but we'd love it if you do. And most importantly, there, whatever you're on, there'll be a little share button. Click that button, share it with friends and family, get them encouraged them to listen. That helps us. And of course, Jose himself is all over YouTube and TikTok. Just put Jose Noya Inspiration Nation into your Google machine, and you can follow him there on both platforms. Get all the updates. Most importantly, find out when we are going live each and every week and get involved with the podcast as well. Do you remember like 7 years ago where I used to have that written down and I'd get it wrong, and now I just make it up? Growth,
It's
Jose.
part of you now.
Growth.
That's part of you, isn't it? It's
I
just
think
part
sometimes
of
I just
your
wake up and
evolution.
say it in my sleep.
Yeah, it'd be funny, wouldn't it? Someone just said I said it in my sleep. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, but no, I love that. No. Oh, we should do what's our takeaways then from this session? And what do we want to leave our audience with? Thoughts?
Where are you going to put yours? And
Yeah,
not
I'll
just
go with
because it's
that.
a funny joke. Like I said, yours is on your phone.
I do
Mine's
get
going
the
to go on
joke.
the wall. But you don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't literally have to be somewhere. But what is your philosophy and how are you going to hold yourself to it? I think that's the meaning behind that I really take.
Yeah, I'm following you on that. I think that'd be love for our audience to let us know. Throw it on YouTube, wherever platform. I love that. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm with that.
Absolutely. There we go. Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
We'll be back again next week. Again, Jose Noya Inspiration Nation, and of course, check out inspirationnation.org.uk. All that's left for me to do is count us down now. Let's say 3, 2, 1. Inspiration Nation.
Inspiration Nation.
Catch you guys later.
Catch you guys later.
Oh, I forgot.
It's like pirates. There you go.